Holdacious, how's it going, Bubba? So today I am playing some Fallout 4 and I'll be showing you how you can set up power in your very own settlement. Now power is very useful. It's used to power defenses, water purifier, lights, and all of that. But it might be a little bit complicated when you're first starting out. You might be confused how you set up power in your very own settlement. Well, I'll be showing you how you can do that here in this video today. Now setting up power for your settlement is actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it. The only problem really is finding copper, which is a rare material. Now copper can be found in junk items like telephones, light bulbs, fuses. So if you find those junk items out in the world, bring them back to your settlement and you can scrap them. Another really great way to get copper is to get the perk called Scrapper. It is along the intelligent tree line down at level 5, Scrapper. The first level gives you screws, aluminum, and copper by scrapping weapons and armor. Now I'll show you where you can get started. You want to open up your workshop menu by holding down V. It will bring you up to this menu. Here you can use the arrow keys to go over to power, go up, and here we have generators. We're going to go up into that, and we have a couple choices for generators to power our town. So we're going to go ahead and place down this bad boy right here. I placed down the medium generator in the middle of the street, and I'm going to use it to power up this house. This house has no power already, so I am going to have to bring the power over to it, and I'll show you how you can do that. And as you can see, this generator produces 5 power. When we look at it, we can press spacebar. It will bring a wire from the generator, and we can now attach this to any conduit, power pylon, or even turrets. But it does have a limited range. As you can see, as we try to get closer to this house, it turns red because it is now out of its range. So we can either A, pick up and move the generator itself, or B, set up a power pylon that will extend that cable limit. Now that's pretty useful if you want to power multiple things with one generator. So we can use this generator to power that house and maybe down at that house. Now if we go into the power category, go over to connectors and switches, we have 2 choices for power pylons, a small one and a large one. The large one obviously costs more, but it has a longer reach, and I actually think it looks cooler. So if you can afford this, go for it. But if you are just starting out and you have a limited amount of resources, use the smaller ones. So we're going to set up one of these right here, right on the side of the sidewalk. We are going to take a wire from the generator by pressing spacebar while looking at it. Come over here, press spacebar again while looking at the power pylon. And now we are almost there. So in order to get all these lights going and to power this house, we are going to set up a couple of power pylons on the roof just for looks, kind of. We could use these conduits if we wanted to, set them on the side of the house. But I think these power pylons up on the roof looks a little bit cooler. So we're going to set these up around the top of this house in all the corners, and it should look pretty cool. And there we have it. We now have a small power pylon in most of the corners and in the middle here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump off the house, and we are going to go to this power pylon that is actually now powered. Press spacebar, grab a wire from it, and now we can attach a wire up there by pressing spacebar. And as you can see, those 2 lights are now lit up because they are within the area of that power pylon. But the area is actually much larger than you think. As you can see, this left corner is actually powered, but the rest of it is not because the area isn't extremely large, but it's enough to reach 2 floors down. And that's exactly why we put multiple power pylons, so we can stretch this power all across the house as we connect it to each and every one. Now as you can see here, it is red. It's possible that this grill might be in the way, possibly, or it's just simply out of its reach. Nope, the grill was actually in its way, but don't worry, we can now put the grill back in its place without any problem. And there we have it. We just went around making all of the power pylons powered. And once we step inside, all of the lights are now on. Now if you want to know how to set up lights, go into the power section, go over to lights, and you now have a couple choices for different lights. You can pick whichever one you want and place it within that power lines or conduit or generators area, so it actually powers it. We can place it down and it's automatically powered. Now some lights, like this construction light says over there in the right, requires 1 power. that means it physically needs to be hooked up to the generator or power pylons by using a cable to it. And we're going to place it down right over here so I can show that to you right now. We're going to take a cable from this pylon, attach it there, and it's now working. Congratulations. But smaller lights like this industrial wall light and light bulb and ceiling fan, it says it requires power, but it doesn't have a 1 next to it, meaning the power is so little you can just place it anywhere within the power lines area and you'll be good to go. And remember, this generator gives us 5 power, but 1 power is now being used by this construction light. That means we can place down 4 more, hook them all up, but that'll be our limit. We cannot hook up anything else from this generator. One of the first things you should build while starting off in a new settlement is to build a recruitment radio beacon. Now this will bring new settlers to your settlement and populate it. So we're going to place one down there, take a wire from here, attach it over here with spacebar, and there you go. You can now flip this on and off. Now let's say you want to defend your settlement, to place down a couple turrets. Well, the first 2 are automated. They are self-sufficient. They don't need any power, but quite a few of them do. If you want to use any of these, you will have to hook them up to a generator. So we're going to place down this spotlight turret right here, and then a laser turret right on the other side of the street. We're going to take a cable from the pylon, hook it up to the turret, take another one, hook it up to the spotlight. Oh, but it's out of its reach. Now, you cannot take another cable from something else that's already powered, like this construction light, and hope it works, because it doesn't. It doesn't feed it power. So you can look at the cable. You have to look at it a little bit weird, a little bit under it or a little bit over it. It actually seems to work when you look under it. It'll highlight the cable, and now you can store it by pressing tab. You store that cable away. Now the next time you try to pull another cable out, it won't cost a thing. So what we're going to have to do in order to reach this turret is we're going to have to place down yet another power pylon or conduit. I can use a conduit just to show that off. Now this conduit is facing upwards. There are other ones like this one. This one goes on a wall. This one goes on a ceiling, and so on. So we're going to place down this right on the floor. Take a wire, attach it right here, and then go from there to the spotlight. But the spotlight is still not working, and it only requires 2 power. Well, the problem here is because this turret requires 2 power, this requires 1, this takes up 1, meaning we need a total of 6 power. But this generator only pumps out 5. So what we're going to do here is we are going to build ourselves a small generator, or you can pick any other one. But we're going to place this down. We're going to attach this to the main power line that is branching out everywhere. And there you have it. The spotlight is now working, and that's because you have 8 power hooked up to this pylon. Now remember, if you want to spread this power down the street somewhere, let's say that house has 2 turrets you want to power up in front of it. We can set up a couple more pylons and attach wires to it from the main pylon or the generators itself, and then just send it down the street to wherever you need it. Now if you want to power your house but you don't want to have to put pylons on the top or conduits all the way around in order to have the lights pop up on the inside, you can actually send the power line itself on the inside by setting up a power conduit like this one anywhere within like a window or some sort of opening. We're going to place it right here in this window. You're going to have to work with it a little bit, but as we can see, it appears right there. We can now take a line from this and hook it up to our pylon. The power is now being sent inside. We have this fan activated, but not this one. This one is not turned on because it is out of that conduit's reach. All you have to do is to send more power down towards this way of the house. So we're going to place a conduit anywhere we want. Let's just say right there. It's not really on the roof because these houses are a little bit glitchy, but that's okay. We're going to hook it up to that conduit, and there we go. The fan is now on. And once you get the hang of setting up power in your settlement and you have enough copper to afford all that, you can then build something as advanced as this. The power is reaching all corners of this gigantic fortress, inside and out. And that's because we have power lines going all the way from one corner to another. We have conduits on the inside, on the outside. But yeah, I hope this video helps some of you guys learn how to set up power in your own settlements in Fallout 4. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Remember to have a fantastic day. I know I will. And I'll see you guys all later. Get the fuck down. Activate the elevator right about now. Right about now. Go down. Oh, they are still sniping us. Those sons of bitches never quit.